Hi, Sagittarius. This is Genevieve with Belladonna Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? I am doing great because I hope you had a great weekend. And the reason I say that is because I had a wonderful weekend. Genevieve Elizabeth, went camping. You're like, what? The woman who thinks that makeup is God's gift to her? Yeah. On top of that, I slept outside. Yeah. And I saw the trees making a canopy over my head, and I saw stars. I even saw the Big Dipper. I never could recognize them back when I was a kid, but now I can. This is probably the first time I slept outside since 1971 or earlier. Now I just gave away my age, didn't I? Oh well. So, this is for the week of September 28th, 2020 through October 3rd, 2020. And I believe it's going to be a tough week. Yeah. Well, it's actually going to be a tough couple of months. Honestly, for y'all, it's not going to be a bad week, but because Mars is retrograde, that's going to cause a lot of emotional combustion, a lot of angst, a lot of things going on. And don't get caught up in that, Sages. I know you're a fire sign, so it's uber easy for y'all to get caught up because it's easy to poof. But if you add combustion and combustion, they can burn themselves out. And you don't want to do that because you've got all this great Sag energy and this fire. So go with the fire and don't burn yourself out. Okay, sorry. I'm going to tell y'all something else I learned this week. I learned about this cool island called Perdido Island in the Florida Keys. Now, what happened with Perdido Island is there was this hurricane named Hurricane Sally, and she came through and hit Perdido Island, caused a lot of damage, not horrible damage, but a decent amount of damage. And she broke off two little pieces of Perdido Island. So now Perdido Island is three pieces. Now, this was a uninhabited part of the island, but still, now it's three islands. Is that going to be Perdido Jr.? But you know what that made me think about is I thought about Atlantis and how it's been gone for who knows how long in millennia. So is that what happened to Atlantis? Is that how the earth masses broke apart after the people walked across from Africa? I don't know. I'm not an anthropologist or a scientist, but it does give you room for thought, doesn't it? So the first card I pulled is from the Spell Casting Oracle card. I really like this deck. It's the newest one I've opened, and I definitely have more to open because Hay House, the publisher, like a couple of times a year, will have oracle card decks and tarot card decks for on sale for cheap prices. So get on their mailing list. I'm not big crazy on their mailing list, but it's great to get those emails and save that money. The card I pulled for y'all is empowerment. What this card means is it's time to find your voice and be true to yourself. When you're true to yourself, you're empowering yourself. If you're not true to yourself, or if somebody ignores you, you feel diminished and you're not empowered. So stand up for you. Not in an angry, combustible way, but just stand up. Stand up and be counted. Be yourself, Sagittarius, because that's really what you want to do, because Sagittarius are not shrinking violets, ever, unless they've been put down so long. But in general, Sagittarius are amazing creatures. Not really creatures, you know what I mean. Just amazing. The next card I pulled was from the Magical Unicorns Oracle deck. And this card I get is relax, everything's okay. And this card saying, don't worry, be happy. You know, like that song from back in the day. And see, the horse is sitting there and he's laying there actually. And he's just being patient and knowing it's all going to work out. And it's all going to work out for y'all Sagittarius. Even though right now, because Mars is retrograde, there's going to be a lot of changes in the world. And it's scary. Scary for me too. I think the more I realize that there's going to be a lot of changes, the scarier it is. Maybe if I was blind, blah, 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 or deaf, blah, 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 it'd be different. But it's not. There's a lot of changes taking place, and we don't really know what's going to happen. But I have faith that the universe is going to make it work out for my good and for yours. So the first card in tarot I get is the Queen of Wands. And this card is about compassion, but it's also about travel, and it's also about being a good hostess. So this queen, she is a good hostess, the hostess with the mostest, as they say. And she is all about, she has her own self-motivation. No one is telling her to clean her house. No one is telling her to have a party. No one's telling her to do what she's got to do. She just does it. And so I need y'all to dig deep this week and find and channel your Queen of Wands. The next card I get is the Five of Cups. Now I know that you've got this successful queen and this crying cup, and you're like, what? But this cup is crying over spilt milk. See, there's 5 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's got 3 that are spilt. Psh. But he's got 2 that are full and overflowing. And instead of being rejoicing in what he's got, he's being sad about what he doesn't. And the queen, your inner queen, is saying, rejoice in what you do have. Celebrate it. Have a party. Be hospitable. Be the best you. And finally, we have the Strength card. This card says you can do it. This man with the infinity sign or woman is beating this lion. Not beating him literally, but he's winning in a battle. Because he's got right on his side. He's doing things the right way. He's standing up for what's right. This is standing up for things like Black Lives Matter, or it would have been back in the 70s, burying my heart at Wounded Knee. Whatever is right, whatever is good, you have the strength to overcome it. But don't cry over what isn't. Rejoice over what is. So, Sagittarius, if you want to do a private reading, send me a text at 405-512-9400, or send me a private message at Belladonna Moonbeams on Facebook. If not, I'll just see you in a few. Bye.